Oh, yeah. All right. So we got a good one to go over today, guys. And I'll tell you what, I was super bluffy in this one. And you're going to see some spots where you're going to be like, dude, what were you doing? But I'll tell you guys this much. I always like to give a little background on myself. And basically, I've been playing for the last 2 decades. I hop on about 4 times a week playing mid stakes. Now, I don't have, one type of strategy like GTO, ABC, or whatever. I really focus on two things. The first is making good decisions because let's be honest, at the end of the day, we do have control over that. And the second thing is I try and use strategies against my opponents and exploit them as much as possible, meaning I'm going to bluff without hesitating if I think somebody is weak. And after you play so many hands over an extended period of time, you just pick up on these little things a lot quicker. Of course, as I'm getting into this, and this one's important if you guys are always watching, the vids here, we do have an awesome community in the pinned comments section where you can talk to me one-on-one as well as with some other high-level members. Now, if you're kind of like stuck, wanting to take things more seriously, whatever it might be, I can kind of give you more insight in there on how I kind of approach all this, okay? And it's worth your time. Also, if you guys could tap the like and let's get right into this. It's also going to run for between like 15 and 20 minutes. So grab a bottle of water, some Gatorade, or some coffee, and let's, lock in, all right? Any questions, comments, things like that, feel free to message me. I'll get back to you, but we're going to be doing our thing here. Okay, kicking things up to the 1250Ps. We got a little king jack off, looking pretty good to me, so we're going to roll with it here. One thing I like to do is I always look at the players at the table, see who's doing good, who's not doing so good. And player 3 is doing pretty decent. And everybody else is kind of just chopping around right now. And I'm going to say chopping around because I just kind of like that word. So we're just going to say it, man. Chopping around, okay? And let's do this, all right? Okay, y'all, man. All right. So I'm not going to play the queen 4 suited. I think what's interesting too is you're gonna notice like in some of these spots, it's not like these amazing hands that are gonna like kind of put me on an uptrend in this one. It's really got nothing to do with that at all, guys. I'm just kind of like picking my spots for the most part here, and doing what I got to do, man. Doing what I got to do. Okay. Not gonna overcomplicate it. All right, King 3. Fortunately, it was just a little fold right there. And, just playing pretty standard to start things off. But, like I said, continue sticking with me. It's going to get good. I'm not going to give too much away, but it's going to get good, man. It's going to get good, okay? We are doing this. Yes, sir, we are doing this. Okay, 7-9 off. Just going to... I think I just mucked this one. Yeah, let it go. I thought about making the call there. If it was suited, obviously, I'd probably have raised it. But, I just let it go. It is what it is. Even though a part of me really wanted to make that call. I'll just have to deal with it, man. Just have to deal. Oh, we got that 4-9 suited. You know what I'm saying? You got the big 4-9. Okay. 4-9 suited. Unfortunately, I had to fold it. If we didn't have an early position raiser, I definitely would have opened right there. But, I didn't. All right, King 3, going to muck another hand right here. And, like I said, a little bit of a frustrating start, but it's going to get good. We're going to ramp up. We're just getting started, okay? We are just getting started. So don't go anywhere. Couldn't really play that King 3, though, guys. Part of me wanted to, but what am I going to do, All right, 2-8, going to fold it. Going to fold the 2-8. Yeah, I mean, I can't be playing those 2-8 offs, you know what I'm saying? And to me, guys, it's not even really about the cards in a lot of these spots. And you're going to notice that it's like, if I notice somebody is hesitating a little bit too long, or, it could just be something really small, I pick up on it right away, you know what I mean? And That's just how I approach all this. And you kind of have to do that. You can kind of get away with a lot of stuff at the lower games, but as you move up, you know, you have to adjust. You got to play a little bit different. You know, you got to mix things up, man. You got to throw in the bluffs. You got to stay unpredictable. I say it all the time, but, you know, it is what it is, man. All right, we got a little bit of a raise here. All right, looks like, yeah, player 4 didn't even do anything right there. Turn card was a deuce. Who knows? Who knows? Okay, 6-7. Now, you're going to look at this hand and be like, all right, man, I've been playing really tight up into this point, okay? And there does come a point where you kind of got to, like, make a stand and, you know, play a hand, right? And that's exactly what's going to happen right here. You know? I'm going to make a call here. And normally I wouldn't. It's just that, you know, we could put player 4 on, you know, some medium pairs. Obviously, you've got, you know, a couple overs as well. But check this out. And, you know, I was kind of willing to kind of just go with this one. Not a bad flop for 6-7 offsuit. You know, what are we really worried about here? I mean, not a lot. If somebody's got an overpair here, you know, which is very possible, we could figure out if we want to continue. We could figure out if we want to get, you know, aggressive with this. It just depends. Now, player 1's going to lead out 86 piece. This didn't make any sense to me. It really didn't. Now, player 4 is going to raise. He's going to kick it up to 238, and instead of me folding, I just decided to just go with it. Now, I did this feeling like I'm probably behind here if player 4's got an overpair, you know, aces, king, queens, those type of hands. But you know what? I made a stand. And what was so weird about this hand was he folded it. We took down a really big pot. Turn card, we would have paired the 6. And I mean, we've almost doubled up off of a 6-7 offsuit. So you got to kind of look at this and understand, like, you get into these spots where, you know, you got to make decisions, and that's the decision I made in that spot. Was it right? What was wrong? I mean, you know, I went with my instincts right there, and, you know, fortunately for us, you know, we took it down. Also, if you guys could just tap that like, man, for that little bluff right there that actually turned into a monster pot. Now check out this flop. We got the 6-5, man. We got the sneaky straight possible here to the 3 to the 8. And we somehow got there on the turn. Now, I was really hoping player 3's got a big hand here. You know, I'm just like sitting here thinking to myself, like, please have something big. Please continue here, please. Okay, unfortunately, he didn't. And I did a sneaky check here again, just hoping he had something. Unfortunately for us guys, he didn't. And we really got nothing out of that, which was frustrating. But at the same time, maybe we would have got nothing out of it anyways if I would have raised it at some point right there. So, yeah. But I mean, definitely a little frustrated. And once again, if you're enjoying some of the stuff here, man, check out the pinned comment. Like I said, can't really give too much away here, but, you know, you hop in that community, we can do this. All right, ace king suited, man. We got the hearts, y'all. We got the hearts, okay? We got the hearts. And no one wanted to play it. How frustrating, huh? All right, now we got pocket 3s, kind of making our way here. And, yeah, I mean, I think we're putting in a good one so far, guys. You know? I was kind of in a spot here with 3s where I had to make a decision, but, you know, it is what it is, as I like to say. 7-4-4 board. You know, why couldn't it have been 2 3s out there? Why did it have to be the 4, you know? Like, why? I mean, where's the 3? Now, the turn card was a club. Not bad. Not bad at all. Thing here is, what are we drawing to? If we get there on the river with the clubs, is it even good? I don't know. I had to think about this one, but I ended up just folding it because, I mean, I don't know. Let's see what that river card would have been anyways. I didn't really have a good feeling about this one. River card was a 6. Pick up sticks. Had to say it one time, and, you know, unfortunate that we got nothing with the pocket 3s, man. I was thinking, like, come on, trays. Come through, trays. but it is what it is. Anyways, I'm actually gonna say this. Got a little bit more coming up, so stick around and watch it. We got a big bluff coming up. That's another pretty good spot. And if you guys get anything from this, I'm always posting, I'm always playing. I try to share as much as I can, you know, a few times a week here. There is a way that I approach this. It's probably going to be different than, you know, the standard way. But like I said, I've been playing long enough now where I'm comfortable with how I approach this. And I think if any of you guys are struggling out there, whether it's moving up in stakes or just handling the emotions of this game, I totally get it. And just another reason to get in the community in the pinned comment. All right. Anyways, guys, stick around. We got one more big bluff coming here, and let's continue running it.